Real Estate Talk on Smart Talk 1580.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Real Estate Talk. I'm your host, Dave Pautsch of RE/MAX Integrity. We are live this beautiful, absolutely stunningly beautiful Saturday morning, broadcasting from the Albany studios of KGAL K-Show Radio at Silver Falls Dermatology, the old library building in Albany. Tomorrow is Father's Day. The school year for most of the Mid-Valley is in our rearview window. I think college graduation is at Oregon State this weekend. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. Summer is here and the weather in Oregon is gorgeous. So what does all this mean to the real estate market? That's obviously the question. Today I'm going to give you my perspective on where we are, where we're going, and I'm going to break out my crystal ball, and we'll see how that's doing and try and make a few predictions for you for the rest of 2013. So before we start, though, I do want to take just a couple of minutes here at the start of the show to remind you about Homes for Heroes. Homes for Heroes is a national program offering rewards to our local heroes for their services when buying, selling, or refinancing real estate. When a hero works with an affiliated real estate professional and or an affiliated lending professional, they receive a reward through the national organization after closing. Now, who's a hero? Heroes in our community include active duty and retired military, police and peace officers, first responders, nurses, other medical professionals, as well as teachers and educators. If you are a hero, or if you know a hero who serves our community in one of these areas, please go to www.homesforheroes.com and sign up, because service deserves its rewards. So we'll start today, and we'll start with the Real Estate Showcase. And Real Estate Talk is now brought to you in part by Hayden Homes. And we are and have been running Hayden Homes as part of our Real Estate Showcase, and we're going to continue to do that. But today I'm going to talk about a couple of other listings. First of all, located at 736 South Nebergall Northeast. That's South Nebergall Loop Northeast. It's an extreme makeover home edition kind of a house. Completely redone, virtually from top to bottom. New roof, new paint, new drywall, moved a few walls, brand new kitchen with absolutely beautiful cherry stained cabinets, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, new tile floor in the kitchen and the bathrooms. The bathrooms also have granite, by the way. It's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. 2 of the bedrooms are upstairs. 1 of the bedrooms is downstairs. There's also a huge rec room downstairs. When you look at the picture of this house, when you drive up to it, the first thing a lot of people think is, hey, it's only got a 1-car garage. In fact, it has 2 1-car garages. It's a daylight basement kind of a house. It's built on the hill. There's a 1-car garage on top, which you can go in and enter into the kitchen, dining room area. But if you go around the back of the house, on the bottom, there is also a 1-car garage and a shop area there, as well as, again, this huge rec family room with a half bath and another bedroom downstairs. Absolutely beautiful home on 0.3 acres in South Nebergall Loop in North Albany. It's on the corner of Mayview and Nebergall. Beautiful house, completely redone, remodeled, ready for new owners, listed at $229,900. That, to me, my friends, is a screaming deal. Second house that I have for you today is located at 37964 Baum Drive. It's in Lebanon technically, but it's in the Crabtree area. If you go out Highway 226 to Cold Springs Road, take a right, then take a left on Baum Drive. This is 19.7 acres. It is an absolutely beautiful, totally or almost totally updated and remodeled farmhouse. 2,926 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, again on 19.7 acres. There was just this big old barn, beautifully redone, hardy plank siding all around, this nice beautiful covered deck that goes around probably a third of the house. The master bedroom is huge with French doors that go out to the deck. The kitchen, lots of counters, lots of storage space. There's a huge pantry, folks. Absolutely a huge pantry. Beautiful Corian counters on the kitchen cabinets, upgraded. Just a beautiful home. And again, this is on 19.7 acres, mostly in pasture. List price $450,000. That's 37964 Baum Drive. The MLS is 662669 if you'd like to look that home up online. My final showcase home today is located at 1036 Antioch Street in Lebanon, right in what I think is the sweet spot of the Lebanon market. So you really don't want to miss this. It's a very well-kept single-story, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in the Heartland neighborhood. Forced air with a heat pump, and it's electric forced air, with a heat pump for year-round comfort and efficiency. It's an open floor plan with high vaulted ceilings and an island kitchen. It's got a large 2-car garage, and there's a built-in deep sink in that garage, which is kind of a nice little upgrade. There's lots of updates in this house and upgrades. It's well beyond that builder basic sort of a home that you often find in this price range, and especially on this street, including the faux wood blinds, newer carpet, underground sprinklers in the front yard, brick accented column in the front. Very well maintained house. Again, 1,273 square feet, listed at $154,900. This home open today. Open house this afternoon from 1 to 3 p.m. And that open house will be hosted by Mr. Bill Roshko of the foundation team at RE/MAX Integrity. Bill will be there solely as a buyer's agent. He is not the listing agent. He is there solely to work for any buyers that come up that want to see the house. Because on the foundation team, we never practice dual agency. We're always 100% on your side. And that, my friends, is the Real Estate Showcase for the 15th day of June, 2013. If you'd like any information on any of our participating homes, you can send me an email at realestatetalk@kgal.com. If you're not currently working with a realtor and you'd like a market analysis done on a property, whether you're looking to sell that property or to buy a home, send me an email with the address. And again, that's realestatetalk@kgal.com. I'll provide you that market analysis with absolutely no obligation. But I'd like to be on your team. If you're looking for a real estate professional that's 100% on your side, we are committed to working with only one client in any real estate negotiation. So give me a call today. Finally, Willamette Neighborhood Housing, I talk about this every week. It's offering a great home buyer education class. One of the things that I love about this class is it really gets brand new buyers, maybe buyers who have never been in the situation of looking for and buying a home, or those who haven't done it in a few years. It gets them educated about the process and what they're going to face. It's totally, absolutely worth it. And if you're listening to the show today and you want to take this class, let me know. Email me here at the radio show, realestatetalk@kgal.com. Let me know the dates, and I will pick up the course fee. It's $45. I will pick up that tuition for you. I did get a flyer from Willamette Neighborhood Housing just the other day. The dates for the upcoming classes, they'll be in July 8th, 10th, 15th, and 17th, and that's one class spread over a number of evenings because this is 8 hours of education. These are evening classes. And then in September, there is another class coming up. I think it's the 14th. In Albany, the next class is August 24th. So again, if you're interested in that, let me know. I'd be happy to help you. I do believe it's a great program. Okay, we'll be back with an overview of the housing market and what you need to know to find your opportunities, and maybe I'll bust out my crystal ball. I'm Dave Pautsch of RE/MAX Integrity. This is Real Estate Talk on KGAL.
The green grass is cut, the popcorn is popped, and the team is ready, and your seat is waiting. The Salem Kaiser Volcanoes are back. Join us for baseball's biggest promotion, opening night Friday, June 14th, as we welcome the newest professional baseball team in Oregon, the Hillsboro Hops, to Volcano Stadium for their first ever game. See Volcanoes manager Gary Davenport debut and watch the night sky light up with a fantastic fireworks show. Opening weekend will conclude with a special Father's Day game. On Sunday the 16th, treat Dad to a day at the ballpark. It all starts with a full buffet Father's Day brunch at Volcano Stadium from 9 till noon, followed by the series finale with the Hops at 5 o'clock that night. Call now for the hottest ticket in baseball, 503-390-2225, or visit us online at volcanosbaseball.com. Volcanoes Baseball, erupting in 2013.
Using mail order to fill your drug needs may be the wrong prescription for you. Today's drugs are powerful medicines carefully selected by your doctor. It's the pharmacist's job to make sure that you understand how to take the drug correctly. Tell you about potential side effects and check your history to make sure the new drug won't interact with any of your other medications.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
You can trust your local Medicap pharmacist. Medicap Pharmacy on Clay, across from Target in Albany.
Doug Burton Landscaping is growing fast with more and more satisfied customers saying,
Doug Burton takes care of my lawn.
wouldn't you rather have a well-maintained landscape? Doug Burton is ready to go to work for you. Not just lawn mowing, year-round complete landscape maintenance for your home or business. Call Doug Burton at 791-8758. 791-8758. Click on his link at kgal.com or kshow.net. Call 791-8758 for Doug Burton Landscaping.
River Rhythms is back. The 30th anniversary series will start on Thursday, July 4th.
I'm right on the brink. I'm tired of wearing a smile. Right on the brink, baby. He's so fine, yeah. I can't help myself. I hope he never share with nobody else.
Nikki Hill will perform, followed by a fireworks show presented by Lassen Toyota. Let's go places. Join us at 7 for live entertainment and great food. The fun starts July 4th. Check out the food vendors, the microbrew garden, and the children's art area. Blanket seating opens at 5:30 every concert. Fireworks are sponsored by Co-Energy Propane, Cooch Dentistry, KGAL K-Show, H&R Block, Stutzman & Croft Contractors, Stutzman Services, Western States Insurance, and Extreme Graphics. For more details and sound clips, visit riverrhythms.org. Into the woods and onto the waters. Listen to Northwestern Outdoors, Saturday nights on Smart Talk 1580.
Welcome back to Real Estate Talk. I'm Dave Pautsch of RE/MAX Integrity. Real Estate Talk is your only resource on local radio for real estate information right here in Oregon's Mid-Willamette Valley, and we're always here on Saturdays. We spend a couple of Thursdays a month in the Valley Talk time slot, but you can always get the information that you need by going to the website, www.kgal.com, and click on the link for Real Estate Talk, or you can go to our Facebook page. That's a fan page. That's facebook.com/Real Estate Talk on KGAL. I try to put lots of good information there for you as well. I started the show today by saying it's summer. Summer in everybody's mind when it comes to the topic of real estate means it's the season. Summer is the traditional selling season in real estate, and that's primarily, I think, because that's the way families move. That's the way major transitions in life tend to happen in the summertime. I mean, June weddings. June's the big month. High school and college graduations this week. Lots of families use this time to make their changes because this is when their needs change. Kids leave the house. Empty nests open up. First-time buyers, those maybe who've just graduated from college or high school, maybe looking for their first home. Parents, again, now have empty nests, and they're looking to downsize or right size. And a lot of families hold off until the summertime to move with a new job. They've maybe waited to do the move. They wanted to get a child through the end of the school year. Also, the weather this time of year obviously lends itself to house hunting and moving as well. I mean, face it, moving in December, you have to deal with the rain and the snow, and who wants to deal with that? So summer is historically, traditionally, the real estate boom season, at least in theory. And that theory would also argue that the fall is a slow time for the same reasons. Well, last fall was not a slow time by any means. So I want to talk a little bit today about what moves the market, what's happening in our world that is likely to impact the market this summer and through the end of 2013. So I apologize in advance if I become a little, professorial today. I'm approaching this kind of as a lecture maybe, but I'll try to keep it fun, keep it light, and keep you at least interested in what I'm trying to get across to you. So pay attention. We're going to end up moving pretty quick. Okay, so what are the factors that move the market? Well, in my mind, first and foremost, it's inventory. If you make the assumption that there is always some level of buyer demand, whether that demand is on the part of investors, first-time buyers, move-up buyers, people buying vacation homes, different markets have different buyers that are really the focus, but there is always some level of demand. But it's the amount of inventory. It's that demand in relation to the amount of inventory that's important, because inventory takes time to create. Inventory is the cause of shrink and swell in the housing market. If I were the king of all housing, I would adjust the inventory here in the Mid-Valley, and I would make the decision tomorrow to create more inventory. But it takes time. Dirt has to be purchased and developed. Lynn County or the city, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis, Benton County, they all have their processes and timelines for approvals of development. City services have to put in, lots have to be excavated, materials have to be ordered, they have to be delivered, construction workers and subcontractors have to be hired, and then you have to build it. Even with everything in place in a planned subdivision by a subdivision type builder like Hayden Homes, it takes 90 to 120 days to build a house. So if I have to create the inventory, I need time. But certainly there's existing inventory of already built homes. But they're not all for sale at any given time. Homeowners make the decision to sell their home based on a wide variety of reasons. Financial reasons, personal reasons, the condition of the market is one of the factors that sometimes, well, almost always determines, is now a good time for me to sell. And again, we're going to distinguish maybe between homeowners and investors. Remember that homeowners can't necessarily time the market based on when's the best time to sell. They have all these other things that impact their life. Investors, you should be paying attention to the cycles in the market. But regardless, recognizing that opportunity, preparing for it, which for many means that they have to be a buyer as well, okay, and they have to find inventory to buy that meets their criteria. Again, this is not an immediate reaction. Inventory takes time. Demand ebbs and flows. Now, these are the two driving factors of the housing market. So let's start with where we are today. Inventory, as I've said, week after week after week, is near an all-time low. At least since I've been tracking the numbers since 2007. I don't know if it's really all-time. But every week I have talked about low inventory numbers, and I've given you some comparisons that go back to when I started this show in January 2007. Why do I do that? Well, most importantly, and first of all, I think it's because many people think now is a terrible time to sell. Well, they're either underwater on their homes, or maybe they'd have to bring in some money to close, depending on, of course, when they bought the home and how wise they were during the boom years with managing their equity. I talk with sellers all the time who, when they hear my market recommendation price, say, well, you know, we don't need to sell, or we're not in a hurry to sell. And you know what? That's great. It's a bad thing to be a seller in a buyer's market when you have to sell. Frankly, it's not much better to be a seller who has to sell even in a seller's market. That have to sell attitude speaks to the motivations of the seller. And it hurts you in your negotiations. It hurts you in your pricing. But, you know, we are largely past the bulk of the foreclosures. And I'll talk about that more in a few minutes. But they're still out there. Okay, those are the real have-to-sell people. And there's still a factor in our market, but the mountain of foreclosures is behind us by and large, and it has mostly been absorbed into the market at this point. So today we have sellers or potential sellers who can't sell, or at least think they can't. We have other potential sellers who don't need to sell, or maybe don't want to sell now. And then we have some others who want to sell. Maybe they need to sell now and can. So the psychology of the market is still, it's a bad time to sell, but it's getting better. Interestingly enough, while this sounds like good reasoning, it isn't. At least to me. And here's why. I'm a contrarian. I'm a buy when others are selling and sell when others are buying kind of thinker. So right now, if I'm saying that I'll wait until the market gets better because I might make a few more dollars on the sale of my house, but if I'm also a buyer, I'm buying when other people are buying, meaning as my home goes up in price, likely so does the house that I'm going to buy. Is there an advantage in that? I don't know. Secondly, there are some other unknowns that come into this process of waiting. If my opportunity is now to sell because there's low inventory, okay, that's the assumption. As a result of the low inventory and the strong buyer demand, the market is starting to move up. So I say, aha, the market is moving up, and I wait. At what point do I add my house to the inventory? Don't I still want to take advantage of the upward movement, the upward pressure by selling while the inventory is low? When the prices start topping out, that might be the absolute ideal moment in time to sell from a very isolated point of view. But at that point, you're competing against a lot more inventory, right? So in theory, many of the other sellers are trying to do the same thing. They're all trying to time the market. So just when I think the market is right for me to sell, so do all my neighbors. If you do not need to sell, then you have to time the market correctly for you. I remember a financial advisor in San Diego, and this was years ago, back in the late 90s, and he was primarily talking about the stock market and the stock market bubble that was getting ready to take place and eventually burst. And he gave this advice. He thought the market was overheated, that everything was going up maybe a little too fast, and he said, enjoy the party, but dance by the door. I think it's the same in housing. It runs in cycles. That's a given. We all historically really in our hearts got to know that. As a seller with no motivation to sell other than to maximize your return, you have to time the market in relation to that cycle. You do not necessarily want to sell at the top. You want to sell right before the top. You want to sell while everyone is still buying, because remember, there is a lag. So this sounds more like advice for investors than for homeowners. Homeowners need to make a move. They have another home that they want to buy. Maybe they're moving to another area. So assuming for a moment that you're not transitioning to an apartment, that you're not going into long-term care, assuming that you are going to buy, and realistically, do you want to buy at the top of the market? Okay, I know it sounds like I'm saying, hey, put your home on the market right now. I'm not. We're talking about inventory, and I'm talking about seller motivation. So let me recap the point. The inventory is low because resales are not coming to the market in the same volume because sellers do not see the advantage to them. Now is not the right time for every seller out there to sell. But there is an opportunity right now for a lot of sellers. There are some other factors causing this low inventory that need to be discussed and understood. The first is the distressed property market, foreclosures and short sale, and their impact on the inventory. We'll talk about that when we come back. This is Real Estate Talk on 1580 KGAL.
Bridget Bendler with special guest Shane Harper, Saturday, August 31st at the Oregon State Fair.
Ready or not, here I come. Where you at? The night is young.
Tickets are on sale now. Visit OregonStateFair.org for info. Hollywood recording artist Bridget Bendler.
Falling out the windows, looking at the heart.
With special guest Shane Harper, co-star of Disney's Good Luck Charlie.
Is it like a rocket ship?
Saturday, August 31st at the Oregon State Fair, where Oregon comes together. See you there.
I'm Candy the Seal and I sit in the sun. Eating raw fish is my kind of fun. I live at the Oregon Coast Aquarium.
Well, I'm a sea lion.
And I'm an otter.
I lay on the beach.
I play in the water.
We live at the Oregon Coast Aquarium.
We're all together and we have friends with fur and flippers and blubber and fins. We live at the Oregon Coast Aquarium.
In Newport.
There's nothing better than local berries, especially if you don't have to do the picking. The Tequila Kiwanis Club of Albany is taking orders now for quick frozen blueberries, marionberries, and strawberries to be delivered to a convenient pickup point in Albany. Call now or link from KGAL.com or kshow.net for more information. Stock up. You'll help fund many worthwhile Tequila Kiwanis projects and programs for kids. Don't miss out. Go to Newman's 76 station on Pacific in Albany or call now 928-6289.
We're the painting experts. We take pride in the job we do. You'll smile when we're through. Inside, outside, home, business. No one else compares to painting done the right way. Halcyon Painting will prove it to you. What makes your paint job better? We do.
Real Estate Talk with Dave Pautsch, Saturday mornings at 10 on 1580 KGAL.
You know, Real Estate Talk is focused on the Mid-Valley, and we're live every Saturday talking about what's actually going on in the market here.
Find out what you need to know when buying or selling.
We're going to bring in the perspective of other real estate professionals to make sure that you're getting the full spectrum of information.
Real Estate Talk with Dave Pautsch, Saturdays at 10, and the Real Estate Minute, weekday mornings on the KGAL Morning Update.
Grab the kids and come cheer on your Corvallis Knights tonight at OSU's Goss Stadium. State Farm Insurance $1,000 Kids Dash for Cash presented by All Family Vision Care. All kids 12 and under get a chance to scramble for their share of $1,000. On Sunday, don't miss Field of Dreams Night presented by Mom Magazine. Play catch on the field after the game. It's all part of our hot summer schedule that includes lots of big league fun. For advanced tickets and more info, visit CorvallisKnights.com.
Corvallis Knights. Affordable family fun.
Yahoo Sports Radio, weekends on 1580 KGAL.
Yahoo!
Welcome back to Real Estate Talk. I'm Dave Pautsch of RE/MAX Integrity. We're talking today about the market, what's going on in the market, kind of the factors that move the market, and we're going to try and wrap this up in a little bit with some predictions for the future. But before the break, we started into the subject of distressed property and the impact of foreclosures and short sales and that inventory on the market. So there is a shadow inventory, and it's actually fairly substantial, of homes that are in distress but not on the market. And the reason for this is something called MERS. And I'll explain what MERS is in a second. But very briefly, MERS is the Mortgage Electronic Registration System. So what happened was when you got your loan from whatever bank, many times those banks sold it. They sold your loan to another lender, another investor. They sold those cash flows, and they may not have kept the servicing. Well, when you as a buyer sign the trust deed and the mortgage is in favor of the original lender, when they sell that loan, nobody was going back to the county courthouse and recording a new trust deed in favor of the new owner of the lien. It's done through this electronic MERS, electronic registration system. In short, during the last few years, the validity of MERS with regard to the capacity or the right to foreclose on a mortgage was contested in court. And this is one component, and it all ties into the whole big robo-signing scandal. Well, I'm not capable of explaining the legal background here. Okay? Just know that took place. But in terms of inventory, the questions surrounding the MERS lawsuits was holding foreclosures at bay because the banks were waiting to determine whether or not they should proceed with non-judicial foreclosures, which is what had always been happening in Oregon, or if they needed to move to the judicial foreclosure process, which is more expensive and more time-consuming. And the Oregon State Supreme Court just ruled recently, I think it sets up for those pending foreclosures to go ahead and be processed. So without debating the pros and cons of that or the social justice issues involved, it will have an impact on inventory as those homes are likely going to start coming to the market. Now, the lenders need to be careful here because it would be somewhat dangerous to the housing market recovery to suddenly flood the market with this huge amount of inventory. It would hurt everybody. Okay? Too much inventory will depress prices, or at least take the pressure off the prices that is currently on them. So again, another factor that's feeding into the potential changes in inventory. So I think I've beaten the inventory horse to death here just a little bit. So let's talk about buyer demand. I'll begin with Dave Pautsch's theorem with regard to buyer demand. As long as the American dream continues to have home ownership as a component, there will always be demand. Americans, by and large, want to own a home. We're driven to it. It's in our DNA. Certainly not all lifestyles that people live in our society, we're a very mobile society today, tends to lend itself to home ownership. And home ownership is not the right decision for everyone at any given time. But certainly, as part of our culture, there is and always will be until that changes, there is demand. The demand has been there through the horrible housing market. It was just pent-up demand. It was demand that could not be realized because of a lack of capacity on the part of the buyers, not by a lack of will. Buyers couldn't get loans. Lending standards were tight, almost to a chokehold. People were under or unemployed and did not have the capacity to get a loan, tight standards or not. Home affordability had gone way high. Homes were not affordable at the beginning of the crisis. The overheated cycle of the previous years had put home ownership out of reach for a lot of modest income buyers. And the response to that was to find these silly loan programs. Let me say this. There were okay loan programs. They were just misused, okay, to allow people to buy more house than they could afford. Well, again, without going into an inflammatory conversation about the economy, which is not what I'm trying to do here, it has improved. Although it's far from the healthy, robust economy that we're all hoping for, unemployment is still high, but there is a sense of confidence on the part of those who have jobs that maybe their jobs are not in any immediate danger. The pressure is kind of off a little bit. Now, if you're a longtime listener, about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, I predicted there would be a mini housing boom, that housing boom would last for between 18 months and 3 years, that it would start right about the time unemployment gets below 8%. Because my theory was it would be about that point that buyers would have a sense of confidence about buying again, that housing prices were very near the bottom, and I think most economists and prognosticators agree that we are now past the bottom in terms of pricing, but they're still low and still generally affordable. So why would this boom take place, and why will it last for 18 months to 3 years? Well, it would take place because of low inventory and increased demand, which would put that upward pressure on prices. And the duration of that boom would be a function of two factors. The first being inventory and the builders out there who do not coordinate, who do not have meetings to decide, well, how do we manage the inventory? Okay, they just build because there's money in it, and that's what their livelihoods are based on, and they're going to start building, and they're going to overbuild. They always do it. They're going to create too much inventory for the demand. And secondly, there are literally thousands of buyers out there who are on timelines to get past foreclosure and short sale credit-related issues that stem from the periods of unemployment or underemployment, and they're going to be ready to buy again. If you did a short sale, you finished that short sale, but maybe you still have a job and you still have cash flows and income, but your credit was trashed. It's about 2 years to get past a short sale. Well, if you had a short sale 3 years ago, guess what? You're past it now. And you likely are coming back to the market trying to find a way to buy a home. I believe today's events in general support my theory. And I feel like right now, we're in the midst of that mini boom period. I still expect it to last between a year and a half and 3 years. We are already seeing builders starting to create inventory. I have 3 clients right now who are getting ready to buy, but they're all waiting until the end of summer or early fall because that's when they can buy again. 2 of them have to do with short sales. Okay, 2 of their wait issues have to do with short sales. 1 has to do with getting a credit rating back into a required threshold for a decent loan, not because of a short sale, but because of the unemployment and the economic problems. So here's a twist, another factor that's going to play into all this. Interest rates. Interest rates on mortgages. I mean, seeing interest rates in the low 3% range for most of the last year and below 4% for most of the last 2 years, it's brought buyers into the market looking to take advantage of that. How can you not? Again, that demand has existed for an extended period of time, but realizing that demand is a function of capacity and motivation. Low interest rates are continuing to drive buyers to the market. By all indications, though, interest rates are on the rise. It's a slow process. I had a buyer who closed last month at 3.25% on a 30-year fixed loan. I got an email from a current client who were in a contract and they went to lock their rate, and she emailed me and she said, is 4.25% a good rate? That's what her lender was quoting her. So how do I answer that? 4.25%. That's a great rate. Well, it's not as good as 3.25, and it's much better than 6. It's not as good as 3.875, but it's better than 5. So rates are still amazing. They're still very low, just off the all-time lows. What's the impact of rising interest rates? Well, initially, I think it's going to motivate buyers to come back to the market and make a decision. If you're thinking about buying and you're watching the interest rates go up, how many people are seeing an opportunity slip away or affordability slip away? Wouldn't you do your best to take advantage of the opportunity as it exists? So now, I think this is a good thing in some ways, but a little bit of a concern in others. My philosophy. Motivation to take advantage of the interest rate alone is a bad thing unless it is accompanied by the right home at the right price. Interest rate is not the goal. The home is the goal. Interest rate is a tool. So I urge buyers, don't get too hung up on an interest rate except so far as it affects your ability to buy the right home for you. Now, obviously, interest rates go up, affordability moves in the opposite direction. I was reading an article where the author of the article said this: choose to wait until prices come down more, and that was kind of before the bottom. They're gambling that interest rates will hold steady or drop. The truth is, a 10% drop in home prices is nullified by a 1% increase in interest rates. So below that, there was a chart that showed a $250,000 home purchase at 4.23% gives you $981.54 a month in principal and interest. If that interest rate on the same home goes to 5.23, your principal and interest payment is going up to $1,102. Similarly, a price drop down, let's say, from $250 to $225 at 4.23% decreases your payment about $100 a month, where the increase of 1% in interest and the decrease in prices, so using the 5.23% interest rate with the $225,000 purchase, this puts you at $992. So more expensive than the initial scenario. So you have to mix and match and pay attention to which is the best set of circumstances to make it all work for you. So, with all that said, let's take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for predictions. This is Real Estate Talk on KGAL.
Hello, this is Bob. You know, you don't have to drive to Portland to find fine dining and great service. At Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, we draw regulars from Albany, Salem, and Corvallis, and all over Oregon to our little place at 50 West Oak in Lebanon. Mama's is fine dining with casual atmosphere. We offer tableside wine service with retail prices. Our light appetite entrees begin at $5 on weekdays, which makes it affordable to feed the whole family in style and often. Now, whether it's a quiet social or business lunch, perhaps a special occasion, or even some fun family dining, call us. Reservations are not required but recommended, so call 541-451-5050. That's 451-5050. You can find our menus online at mamasfineitalian.com, and we're open Tuesday through Saturday and now Sunday for brunch at 11.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop on Oak between Main and 2nd, across from the Big Blue Napa Auto Parts building in downtown Lebanon.
Quail Run Assisted Living at Mennonite Village is designed to accommodate the changing needs of its residents. In fact, here are Evelyn and Ruth, a couple of satisfied residents that want to tell you why they enjoy Quail Run.
I can be lazy. They do everything here. They remember everyone's name. Oh, they're very friendly, and they have a memory. I can't even hardly remember my own anymore. You meet someone in the hall, and it's always, hello, Evelyn, or something. It's just very friendly. Well, I just recommend this place for anyone.
Ruth likes the many amenities and security. She says,
the grounds are gorgeous. The help is very friendly and willing to help you when you call them. It's just nice. Thinking about it, had I known this facility was this good, I would have just gone from our apartment over there right over here.
You can find out more by calling Crystal at 541-928-1122 or visit MennoniteVillage.org.
Excuse me, sir.
Hi, what do you need?
Pants and a 44 waist?
Looking for something lace?
No, a 44 waist?
A shoelace?
I need a 44 waist.
We don't carry that size.
What? I want a prize?
No.
Stop shopping in no man's land. There's a better way for bigger men to find clothes. Now open. Visit DestinationXL.com to find a store near you. Destination XL. Big on being better.
If your car's air conditioning isn't blowing cold air,
It isn't.
then you need an AC Pro.
Is there one around here?
Yeah, you.
Me? But I can't.
New do-it-yourself AC Pro is the 10-minute cold air solution. It's fast, easy, and saves you money. With AC Pro, you'll have cold air blowing again in just minutes. Guaranteed.
Wow, it's freezing in here, and I did it myself.
See? You are an AC Pro.
Yes, I am.
New AC Pro, the 10-minute do-it-yourself auto AC cold air solution.
Want to really know more? Just point, click, and learn from the Mid-Valley's best website, KGAL.com.
Welcome back to Real Estate Talk. I'm Dave Pautsch of RE/MAX Integrity. We've been talking today about the housing market, what's going on in the housing market, supply and demand, inventory, buyer demand, the overlay of foreclosure processing as it applies to interest rate, as it applies to inventory, as well as interest rates as it impacts demand. So with all that into account, here are my predictions for the remainder of 2013. By the end of the year, inventory will be stabilized, probably up about 3 to 5% from where it is now, but still low. That is due in large part to the foreclosure properties coming to the market, as well as sellers recognizing the opportunity that exists to be both a buyer and seller at the same time, and to take advantage of this one type of market that allows you to move up at low or no cost. Even with the increase in inventory, though, the absorption rates will remain fairly steady, and the market will remain in the hands of the sellers, with months of inventory in all three of our major market areas here in the Mid-Valley remaining under 6 months. Interest rates likely to creep up, and I would not be surprised to see them back in the 5% range by the end of the year. Now, I have no real dog in this fight. I have no way of knowing that that's true. That's purely my gut feeling that that's where it's going. This will have an effect on increasing demand as buyers want to be back in the market before they go any higher. But it's likely to keep some of the pressure off prices, except in the lower price ranges in each of our markets. In other words, demand is there, but reduced affordability because the interest rates are going up is going to suppress overbidding. And again, inventory is going to be increasing, so there's going to be more options and opportunities. I expect prices to be up also by about 2.5% to 3% by the end of the year at most. Now, here's an if. If gas prices stabilize over the summer and stay below $4 a gallon or $3.90 a gallon, we may see some shift in the market geographically. High-cost areas, for example, Corvallis, because of the low inventory and high price point, may drive buyers to Albany, where they can buy a nicer home for significantly less money. The cost of the commute is a contributing factor here. The same thing could happen with a shift some of the median-priced Albany buyers looking towards the Lebanon area. However, while Lebanon offers more bang for your buck, there's significantly less inventory there to choose from, especially in those affordable price ranges. However, there's also a likely move of those buyers toward small acreage properties. For those buyers, $250,000 might buy a very nice home in an Albany neighborhood, but maybe not quite as nice a home on a couple of acres in Lacombe, which is a very popular proposition with a lot of the buyers out there looking today. Now, of course, all these predictions are null and void if there's some unknown things or unsuspected events take place. If the bottom falls out of the economy, as anemic as it is, all bets are off. If there's another major war, conflict, or something like that across the world, again, I'm not putting any money on the line on these particular predictions. It's just my gut feelings looking at the numbers about where we're going. So if I remember, and remind me please, we will revisit this issue in January 2014, and let's see how I did with my predictions. Okay, folks, let's take our last break, and when we come back, it'll be time for today's real estate market update. We'll get in the numbers for you. This is Real Estate Talk on KGAL.
Since 1989, Hayden Homes has been building homes of quality and value in the Northwest. Hi, this is John Ford with Hayden Homes. Your beautiful new Hayden Homes is waiting for you right here in Albany. With 6 communities and countless floor plans to choose from, you are sure to find one to call your home. Move in today to one of our ready-built homes or personalize your own. Hayden Homes has been building in Albany since 2002 and truly is your hometown builder. Prices start in the upper 130s. Stop by one of our model homes at Hannah Estates or North Creek. For more information, visit hayden-homes.com today.
Buying or selling real estate can leave you with a lot of questions.
Your lender has told you the home price that you qualify for, but after a week of searching, you haven't found any homes you like in the newspaper at that price range. Where else can you find your dream home?
Dave Pautsch has the answers, only on Real Estate Talk.
If you don't have at least 20% initial investment, you could be adding as much as $300 or more to your first 4 or 5 years of monthly payments.
Real Estate Talk, Saturday mornings at 10 on 1580 KGAL.
Stand by for a free offer.
I want to tell you about the Fountain of Youth by Pure Attitude. It's a non-toxic, all-natural, power-packed anti-aging, waterless formula serum with 100% active ingredients. It creates dramatic results, firmer skin, and less visible wrinkles. It's like Botox in a bottle. The Fountain of Youth was developed by award-winning chemist and health and beauty expert to the stars, David Pollack. When recently featured on the Today Show, all they could say was, "I love it." This incredible product increases skin oxygenation, boosts collagen, increases hydration and cell renewal, and results in a tighter, firmer appearance to your face with less visible wrinkles. And now, we want to let you try it for free. Go to freefountainofyouth.com and you'll receive a free 14-day trial of the Fountain of Youth. Just pay a small shipping and handling fee. It makes a great gift because it's beautifully packaged, and you'll love the new you after using dermatologist approved and recommended the Fountain of Youth. Go to freefountainofyouth.com.
River Rhythms is back. The 30th anniversary series will start on Thursday, July 4th.
I'm right on the brink. I'm tired of wearing a smile. Right on the brink, baby. He's so fine, yeah. I can't help myself. I hope he never share with nobody else.
Nikki Hill will perform, followed by a fireworks show presented by Lassen Toyota. Let's go places. Join us at 7 for live entertainment and great food. The fun starts July 4th. Check out the food vendors, the microbrew garden, and the children's art area. Blanket seating opens at 5:30 every concert. Fireworks are sponsored by Co-Energy Propane, Cooch Dentistry, KGAL K-Show, H&R Block, Stutzman & Croft Contractors, Stutzman Services, Western States Insurance, and Extreme Graphics. For more details and sound clips, visit riverrhythms.org.
Health Talk with Dr. Bob Martin. Sunday mornings on News Talk 1580, KGAL.
Welcome back to Real Estate Talk. I'm Dave Pautsch of RE/MAX Integrity. We're going to finish the show today with the real estate market update. We'll begin in Corvallis, where inventory is up 13 from our previous report. Today, 150 active listings. The average asking price, $356,987. 152 homes have sold in the past 90 days. That is up 4. And again, look at those numbers. 2 more homes sold than are currently on the market. 2.96 months of inventory in Corvallis today. The median sold price over the last 90 days is obviously up, today at $255,700, averaging $159.34 per square foot. Homes spend an average of 92 days on the market in Corvallis from listing to close of sale. 73 homes are available in Lebanon today. That is down 4. The median asking price, however, is up today at $159,500. In the past 90 days, 58 homes have sold. That's up 1 from the last report. The median sold price also up today at $133,697. At $95.64 per square foot, homes spend an average of 112 days on the market, and there is 3.78 months of inventory today. Finally, to Albany, where inventory is up 9. 213 active residential listings. The average asking price in Albany also up at $226,370, with 164 homes sold over the past 90 days. That is a move down of 2 from the last update. The median sale price is up, however, today at $172,248, and homes are spending an average of 119 days on the market from listing to close of sale. Dollar per square foot value average in Albany has moved up. It's $107.83, and there is 3.9 months of inventory available today. And that's the market update for this 15th day of June, 2013. So if you missed it, I want to go back and just recap my predictions for the housing market. And I'm just going to touch on them very, very quickly. Inventory will be stable, but up about 3 to 5% from where we are now. Even with that increase in inventory, though, absorption rates will remain steady, and the market will remain in the hands of the sellers with less than 6 months of inventory, at least in each of the major markets. Interest rates are going to creep up. We'll see them probably at the 5% range, and prices will probably be up between 2.5% and 3% by year's end. If gas prices stabilize, you may see a shift of the market moving from, say, Corvallis to Albany, and potentially Albany out to maybe the more rural areas or even to Lebanon. Those are the predictions. Let's see how I do, and we'll check back on those in January. So if you were thinking about buying a home, I do want to remind you the Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services does a great job making sure that you as a buyer are educated and prepared for the road ahead. It is important that you have resources in today's market to help you make good decisions. I hope Real Estate Talk does that for you as well, but the Willamette Neighborhood Housing Services is a tremendous resource, especially for those first-time or new home buyers. If you're starting the home buying process, I urge you to contact them at www.w-nhs.org and take the class. It is worth it. For you, my faithful radio listeners, if you're not currently working with another real estate professional and you sign up to take this class, send me an email here at realestatetalk@kgal.com. Let me know the date that you've signed up for, and when you attend the class, I will pick up the course tuition for you. If you have any questions, if you have an idea for the show, send it in, realestatetalk@kgal.com. Here's some of the upcoming shows that I'm trying to put on the schedule for you. The first, I've got Wanda Amdahl, who is from the Albany Fire Department. Wanda's going to come in next Thursday on the 20th and talk to us about summer fire safety. If you did not know, I believe the burn season, at least in Lebanon, ends today. So no more burning. Summer fire safety, people camping out, something to pay attention to. Wanda Amdahl from the Albany Fire Department will be here. And then I met yesterday with some people from Smith Glass. And I've got him scheduled to come in. I don't have a date picked for him, but I'm going to try and get him in here the following Saturday to talk to us about windows. What to look for in your windows, summer maintenance on your windows, upgrading your windows. If you have double pane aluminum, upgrading to vinyl, what are the costs, how to take care of them, all sorts of things that we're going to be talking about. And I think his name is Rick Pratt from Smith Glass will be in. We're trying to schedule him in as well. So trying to schedule those things in for you. If you have an idea for the show, though, send it in to realestatetalk@kgal.com. And finally, I want to take a few seconds to talk again about Homes for Heroes. Yesterday was Flag Day, so it does keep this really in the forefront of my mind. Homes for Heroes is a national program that offers rewards to our heroes for their services when buying, selling, or refinancing. When a hero, under our program definition, works with an affiliated real estate professional and or an affiliated lender, they receive a reward through the national organization after closing. Heroes in our community include active duty and retired military, police and peace officers, first responders, EMTs, nurses, doctors, everybody in the medical profession, teachers, educators, and school staff. If you are a hero, or if you know a hero who serves our community in one of these areas, please, www.homesforheroes.com. Great resource. Find out more about the program, and if you qualify, sign up, because service deserves its rewards. You'll find us here every Saturday talking about real estate. I'm Dave Pautsch of RE/MAX Integrity. This is 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, and Corvallis.
Your first choice in local news, sports, and smart talk. This is News Talk 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.